And so at last the sun came out, not only to dry the roads, but to get the crowds good and excited for the second of the Wesbank modifieds at this Mazda race meeting. The man they come to see, Cyril van der Merwe in the Audi, his biggest challenger, Willie Hepburn alongside him, and then behind in the BP Mazda, one of the most determined men in South African motor racing, Ben Morgenrood from Randfontein. And we're in the Mazda with him as we come up to the starting flag. Ahead of him, Henny van der Linde, the Turbo Audi, and then Willie Hepburn as they go away, 15 laps ahead of them, and Cyril van der Merwe as expected in the lead, but with an advantage on the inside. Willie Hepburn and the crowds up and cheering. You could hear them above all these noises in South African motor racing, the throbbing V8, the turbocharged cars. Back in the Mazda again as Henny van der Linde starts taking on the Audi that's just above him, ahead of him, and then it's the Opel as they tear down to the screen, and the speed of that Opel is something to behold. The Turbo coming up inside. We're inside there with Henny van der Linde. Cyril van der Merwe, kamikaze driving, takes him on the inside, and now he's after Willie Hepburn. Back there with Henny van der Linde, keeping right in there with the Audi. And just listen to those noises, the V8. The new whispering giant there of South African motor racing, that Audi Turbo. Then the squeaking of the Nissan 300 ZX, the crackling Mazda just behind him. In with Cyril. There's the Opel really at work now, getting all that power onto the road, much more grip this time on dry roads. But Cyril looking for a place to come through. Now he's got to do it pretty early, 15 laps around this tight 2-kilometre circuit. And he's trying. He's getting desperate. Trying it on the outside. We're back inside there with Cyril, with this National Super VH camera giving us all those shots. When you go down to the screen, you're doing 240 as they break down through the box. He went down 2 gears there. Into the inside, lets it drift to the outside as he powers it up to Bosel. On go the lights there. Here Willie Hepburn ahead of him. Cyril once past. He's desperate to get past. He can't leave it too long. He's going for it. He's going across the curb there. But Hepburn just makes his car as wide as he can, and Cyril has to be content. He might have done a bit of body damage, a dangerous thing to do there. But Hepburn certainly got the horses, Grand Prix type horsepower, as he goes up the short straight and starts braking there for Continental Corner. So right in behind him, just a car length behind. You can see Willie getting into trouble. Now he's starting to get all those horses galloping. 620 of them as he comes out. And Van der Merwe looking for a place again. But look at the power. Cyril is battling with the gear change there. As Willie goes away down that hill, they're upwards of over 200, up to 240, down to the screen, onto the brake markers. They just dab the brakes there at 50 metres. Gets it set up around this corner. There's 3 corners and one as they go around the screen. Ease out there to Bosel, down through another gear and start powering it on. Tight into the curb. He's looking for a place to get him again. This is where he lost out the last time. Now he's going down to Zwartkops, the bank Zwartkops corner. Throwing the driver to the side of the car, and the start-finish flag is in sight there. But we've got laps to go. This is the short start-finish straight. And Hepburn's car has got Cyril tucked in right behind him. This time he's closer. This time he's looking for a way to come through. Let one mistake happen in that corner, and Cyril is going to be through. Looking for the inside. And the power goes on in that V8. There he's going for the inside there, and Willie Hepburn closed the door, and they collide. He's onto the dirt again in Cyril, but he comes from a tough school. He's learned he's racing the hard way, so is Willie Hepburn. Back with Cyril in the Audi. As they go down the screen, he's going for it. He's gone through the inside. That's another bit of suicide driving, his favourite spot to go through. You've really got to take your heart in your mouth to do that at those speeds. They're approaching that corner 240, getting the Audi sideways, getting the Opel sideways. These two titans of South African motor racing, Henny van der Linde, not too far behind, about 50, 60 metres behind them, and in one of the fastest cars in South African motor racing. Cyril van der Merwe goes through in the front. Willie Hepburn is not finished yet. He's keeping up the pressures. They break down through Conti, down through the box. They're down through 2 gears. And the crowd seeing the Audi in front for the first time in this race, still keeping him in sight there. Henny van der Linde, there he is in the Nissan 300 ZX, that V6. He's not far behind them. Hepburn comes through. Crowd love the sound of that big V8. And there comes Henny van der Linde down the road just behind him, one of the fastest cars in South African motor racing, and certainly one of the best prepared vehicles. Beautiful looking machine. Also battling to get out of these tight corners. You can see how tricky it is as you feed on the power. Sideways for van der Linde. We haven't seen him do that for a long, long time. And that's how close it all is. There's only seconds separating him. And there's the determined Ben Morgenrood still in the picture with that rasping, crackling Mazda, always giving the crowd full value for their money, using all the road, never letting up, and keeping on the pressure, and Ben always in the picture. You can always depend on him. And back for more unique shots taken inside this racing Audi with the Springbok Cyril van der Merwe as he completes 2 wins for the day in the Wesbank modified races. So there's the result. Sorrel van der Merwe in the Audi Turbo gets the double. Willie Hepburn, the Sabre at Caltex Opel, was second both times. Henny van der Linde was third there in the BP Nissan, and Ben Morgenrud fourth.